they're going to win some of those games. I mean, and they can win quite a few of those games. So, I mean, I know it's, it's amazing to be saying it, but they got a shot to make the playoffs. Why not? If you're going to say some of these other teams, like you say, the Broncos got a chance, how could you not say the Eagles got a chance? Because when you look at the schedule of who they're playing, they're all teams that they can beat. Now, they can beat all these teams in the NFC East. They can beat them. They got the Cowboys the last game. Chances are the Cowboys are not going to need that game. No, but they're going to end up playing against, all the backups. So that's who they're going to play when they play the Cowboys. All these other guys, the Washington football team, the Giants, come on. They're no better than the Eagles. No reason the Eagles can't beat them. So they're in a position that, that's 4 of their games right there. Washington football team and the Giants. That's 4 games right there. Those are all winnable games. And the other teams that they're playing, there's no reason they can't beat them. So, especially as they're playing, and the thing about the Eagles is they're playing better football. They're getting better as a football team. They're really just getting to know each other, and they're starting to find out, like, what do we have on this team? And I don't think that Sirianni thought he was going to be running the ball this much. But, hey, if that's what, that's what our line likes to do, and we got the running backs, and the thing about it is you got the backups running. We haven't even turned Miles loose. Because on some of those runs, you let Miles Sanders get into your secondary like that, he's gone, man. He's taking that to the house. So, it's going to be very interesting to see how things work out. But I know it's crazy, and I don't like saying crazy things, but they got a chance to make the playoffs.
I know, man. I'm with you. I think they're right. Like I said, the reason that we're debating this every week is because he's winning games, Jalen Hurts. Unconventional. That's not a prototypical way on how you win games. And I think that's why we're having this debate whether or not he's the guy moving forward. But it was a good day for the Eagles. And as advertised, our friend who's been spectacular with us, Garry Cobb from Fox 29 in Philadelphia, is here with us as he joins us here on this Monday. And I'll say it to you, Gary, Jalen Hurts is getting better.
Yes, he is.
Am I right when I say that?
I think you're definitely saying that. And I think that part of that is because they're doing things that are conducive to him getting better, which is, you can see a game plan. You see the structure where they got a game plan. They're going to have a balanced attack. In fact, they're running the ball more than I thought they ever would. I was saying run the ball. I didn't mean this much. But you know what? If you're going to the well and you're coming back with what you went there for, you keep going to the well. And so it's just amazing the way they ran the ball. And I tell you, they're running some of these RPOs because the line's doing a good job and you got the defense. They're not sure of what they're going to see. And so you're seeing also, of course, Jalen drop into the pocket and make, accurate throws. The best throw of the whole day got dropped. It was a touchdown that was dropped. So, he catches that ball. You think about the kind of half he put together. That is a superstar half. When you got 3 touchdowns, you throw for about $180. Hey, you can't ask any more of anybody. And he did that against this Bronco defense that shut Dallas down last week. So, it just was a real positive day for the Birds. And, I got to give them a lot of credit in the fact that, they took it to the Broncos. They took it to them on both sides of the ball.
In Denver.
Defensively, hey, they were playing some of the same defenses with the zone, but they dropped and they're breaking on the ball. They're breaking on the ball. That's the way you got to play. Man, hey, if you're going to be in the zone, if you're going to catch it there, we're going to make you pay. When you get it, we're going to bust you. And that makes people start dropping passes. And there was no yardage after catches. They were on it. And they really had I thought they did a good job of scouting the Broncos. They really knew what they were getting out of the Broncos. And the defense played well. The offense played well. I got to give Sirianni credit with the way he called the game. And who knew? Boston Scott and Jordan Howard. You know what they're probably saying? We're not moving anywhere, Miles. What do you think? I'm not going anywhere. You can get out there. But, they're going to have a job somewhere, even if it's not here. You're running for this kind of yardage. They both carried the ball about 10, 11 times, and they're running for 8, 9, 10 yards a carry. And how many did Zeke have last week?
Yeah. No. I mean, Gary, I think you're totally onto this with also the coaching staff. And let me pose this question to you here on the coaching staff. And I heard Parcells make this comment, numerous times. And when I had him on my show, he said it. He goes, man, my biggest problem I had my first year was going from being a coordinator to being a head coach. And it was an every game lesson for me. And that's when he told Phil Simms at the end of a 6-10 season, I think, in their first year, he says, Simms, if we survive this, we're going to go on and do great things here. If I'm saying that Jalen Hurts is getting better, Nick Sirianni, to me, over the last couple weeks, at least offensively, he's getting better. And now last week against the Broncos here, Gary, even the Broncos, like you said, they were disguising a little bit more. Is the staff coming along? Let's see if we can reconnect here a little bit here. I think we're having a little issue here with Garry Cobb. Let's see if we can reconnect. But I said this before, guys, that one of the issues that you get when you're like a first-year coach, going from being that coordinator and coming from like where you were just worried about one position and then being a head coach, it's completely different. And Gary, where I was going is, do you think this coaching staff is now coming along also in their development as an NFL staff?
Without a doubt, they are they're getting better. I can see with the way that they are coaching these guys. What I said about the defense, I mean, just dramatic difference that the guys are dropping and they're realizing, look, you get back there quickly and you get ready to break up because, hey, if they're going to throw that dink and dunk every time, we're going to make these guys pay. And that's coaching because you can see a dramatic difference. Just with the attitude you can see with offensive line, they know, hey, we're going to run the ball. They told them, look, we're running the ball on everybody, okay? We're not asking these guys for permission to run the ball on them. We're telling you before the game, hey, look, we're running the ball on you guys. They might as well yell at them when they're coming out of the huddle. I mean, when they come out, they're running out of the tunnel. Hey, we're running the ball on you guys today. And then that opens up everything else because you see underneath when they run any type of crossing route and thing, it's open because the linebackers have to honor any run fakes. And it opens up things for Jalen too. And now everything that they want to do with the RPOs and things, it's there because if the run isn't there, the rest of it's not going to be there, So you got to be able to run the ball on people. And they're getting physical too. This is a physical team. And the Broncos were physical against the Cowboys.
Killed them.
It's just astonishing. And, that's what I feel for the guys out there trying to make a living, trying to put a few bones down. I know it's tough, man. You guys trying to pick these games, man. I don't know.
Oh, no.
How you guys are doing it
this year in the NFL, Gary, I mean, like if you told me who the best team in the NFL is right now, you know what? I know that Eagle fans don't want to hear this, but it might be the Dallas Cowboys. They may be the best team in the league right now. If you took the collective group of games, they may be the best team.
They may be. And look at what the Broncos did to them.
I know.
And then the Eagles come and put a whooping on the Broncos.
In Denver,
you're right. I mean, just amazing. It's just it's the kind of year where there are a lot of teams that are not far away from it. I mean, you look at like Green Bay. I mean, Green Bay's got a good football team. Are they going to be able to, could they beat Dallas and everything? I don't know. That's a tight game. The thing that Dallas has is they can beat you in so many different ways. See, that's the thing that they bring to the table. But, you know, you're looking at the Eagles. I tell you, if you're winning the battle up front, you know, you got a chance to beat anybody. And the Eagles can win the battle up front on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And we even heard from Fletcher yesterday. Fletcher Cox made an appearance at the game.
Yeah.
Hey, jab him a little bit. But anyway,
and I could still make plays. Absolutely. Gary,
you know, he could get on a roll, you know. I mean, it's nothing to be with no surprise to anybody if he were to get, you know, start making a you know, making his appear. I mean, whatever his was almost silly. But just being there in the middle of the things, usually he's always lets people know, look, I'm here and I'm a good player. And I could take over the game. And so the more guys you have that can do that, and then you got to, you know, Darius Slay, I mean, you know, it lets you know that if you do get the ball as a defensive player, man, you got to try to take it to the house because there are a lot of offensive linemen on the field, you know, and you know they're not going to run you now, and they're tired. And then you got guys that don't want to make tackles. Teddy Bridgewater, come on, man. You know, and some of the other guys, I think I might have saw a tight end, or, you know, a couple of the tight ends didn't look like they wanted it too bad either.
Hey, Gary, let me ask you this here.
Yeah.
Since they've been running the football, isn't it funny? I'm seeing Dallas Goedert more. I'm seeing sightings of Devontae Smith, 2 touchdown catches this last week.
Yeah.
And to me, you know who he reminded me of? And you may think I'm crazy when I say this, but, man, Jalen Hurts reminded me of a cheaper version, and I say that with respect to him, a cheaper version of Steve McNair. It just looked like Steve McNair. Now, McNair was 10 times more accurate. I get it. But just the way he wins and the way he moved the chains, Steve may be under 50%, but he may have to do it with his legs. Yeah. And that's kind of what I saw. But like you said, it all comes off the premise of what you were complaining about. I think it was after the 49er game. Man, when you're in the red zone, you got to freaking run that ball to create an attitude for your offense. And I think you hit it. They look even tougher the way that they're playing against opponents.
You are so right. You know, and you mentioned Steve McNair. I thought that, you know, I hadn't thought about that, thought about Steve in a while, but doggone it, I think there definitely is a comparison there, boy. Because you're talking about the thing about Jalen is, dude is much stronger than people realize.
Yeah,
you see how they don't nobody.
You don't get him down with an arm tackle.
No, nobody takes him down with arm tackle, and a lot of those guys they don't realize it. And even the linemen, when they try to sack him, hey, if you don't get a piece of this guy, a good piece of this guy, you're not gonna get any sack. You see a lot of guys standing there and they're going, "What happened? The guy, he's gone," you know. Because he's got strong legs. I mean, I think I remember them saying, like in Alabama, said dude was squatting some crazy weight.
Yeah. Saw him at
so
Oklahoma
he's got that
too.
strong lower body, and he runs through tackles, and he's got that kind of strength that you would think of with Steve McNair, where you get back there and you realize this is a grown man back here.
Yeah.
You know, he's not going to just go down if I just blow a whistle. He's not like Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, come on. You get a hold of Teddy, he's going down. You get a hold of Jalen Hurts, you got to take him down. And if he's running, he's really trouble because he runs through tackles, man. He's got some strong wheels. And, you know, you talk about Teddy Bridgewater, you talk about Steve McNair. Steve McNair played the game. He really had his team following because he was a tough son of a gun, man. And, you know, Jalen definitely has a lot of those same qualities. The guy's a leader, and he's a fighter, and he's a battler, and all those kind of things. That's what it is about winning, man. And, you know,
and he's a winner, right? I mean,
he is a winner. You're right.
And he's a winner. Now, you know, Jonathan Gannon's performance this last week. Give me your assessment on what you saw. That again, maybe not here because I think fans don't understand. You and I think in trends, which usually means 3 games. Mm-hmm. And that's how you and I look at whether a team is playing well or not. It's not just 60 minutes of football. I look like Gary, when we used to get our game plans, it's the last 3 games, what a team's doing good and bad. So I look at it through that lens. How do you think Jonathan is starting to do here with his guys? Do you think he's listening to his players now?
I definitely think you could see that they are being more aggressive, and they're doing a good job, and they're playing some of the same things. They're mixing it up more. I mean, they're just not sitting in the too deep. They're playing man to man. They're really, you see a little bit of everything, because you're seeing the blitz. They come up with that 5-man front that they have been doing all year, and you're seeing different looks, because that's good, because you can't give the other team too much credit. Mix things up to let them make some mistakes. And the big thing is, I thought the linebackers in the middle and the safeties, man, they are breaking on the ball.
Yeah.
If you're going to play zone, you got to break on the ball like that. Everybody's to the ball. Against the run, everybody's to the ball. And they're just playing harder, man. This is a team that's working. They're being a scrappy team, because, they're not the kind of guys got, 6 all-pros on one side of the ball or whatever. They just kind of walk out and, we're going to just beat you guys again. No, they got to go out and they got to scratch and claw. And that's what we're seeing. And you got to give the coaches credit for that kind of effort that they're doing. And they're mixing things up too. And you can see the guys talking too, even before the play, after the play, because you got to talk to each other, especially the guys in the secondary. In order to deal with what teams are giving you, you got to communicate with each other. And I saw more of that. And I think that's why they're doing a better job against the pass, why they look better. And you know what? When you start getting the heat on you, everybody feels it. And that's good. I mean, and obviously Jonathan Gannon let the guys know. I mean, and so everybody was pitching in, and they made the play. Of course, that Slay play was the game that was the play of the game, because they were in a situation where they were getting ready to score, and rather than that, the Eagles scored.
Gary, do you agree? Do you agree that this year, maybe unlike any other year, it's so razor thin at the top and razor thin at the bottom of the league for the worst teams, and that everybody's just kind of in the middle right now? Because look, there's 6-4 teams, there's 4-6 teams, and it just looked like, who would have thought that Washington would beat the brakes off of the Buccaneers?
Yeah.
And like you said last week, the Broncos. Is this a year where you just go like this? Hey man, get this. Whoever has the records at the end of the year, and maybe the Eagles are still in this wild card race. Who knows? I'm just saying, because you never know what's going on here.
Hey, I mean, Dan, I mean, you look at the schedule. They got teams on there they can beat. If they play well, they go out and they just play good. And don't give the ball to those teams. They're going to win some of those games. I mean, and they can win quite a few of those games. So, I mean, I know it's, it's amazing to be saying it, but they got a shot to make the playoffs. Why not? If you're going to say some of these other teams, like you say, the Broncos got a chance, how could you not say the Eagles got a chance? Because when you look at the schedule of who they're playing, they're all teams that they can beat. Now, they can beat all these teams in the NFC East. They can beat them. They got the Cowboys the last game. Chances are the Cowboys are not going to need that game. No, but they're going to end up playing against, all the backups. So that's who they're going to play when they play the Cowboys. All these other guys, the Washington football team, the Giants, come on. They're no better than the Eagles. No reason the Eagles can't beat them. So they're in a position that, that's 4 of their games right there. Washington football team and the Giants. That's 4 games right there. Those are all winnable games. And the other teams that they're playing, there's no reason they can't beat them. So, especially as they're playing. And the thing about the Eagles is they're playing better football. They're getting better as a football team. They're really just getting to know each other, and they're starting to find out, like, what do we have on this team? And I don't think that Sirianni thought he was going to be running the ball this much. But, hey, if that's what, that's what our line likes to do, and we got the running backs, and the thing about it is you got the backups running. We haven't even turned Miles loose. Because on some of those runs, you let Miles Sanders get into your secondary like that, he's gone, man. He's taking that to the house. So, it's going to be very interesting to see how things work out. But I know it's crazy, and I don't like saying crazy things, but they got a chance to make the playoffs.
I know, man. I'm with you. I think they're right there. And let me say this: after I've watched this team get better, we're not talking about a shitload of players away, are we, from being competitive for the NFC East now? I mean, at the beginning of the year, Gary, I saw a lot of inconsistency in the coaching staff. Yeah. I saw a lot of inconsistency at the quarterback position. But now it's starting to funnel down, You're starting to funnel it. And maybe what we're saying here is maybe the Eagles are forming an identity. And with all those draft choices that you have in April, maybe you can start to build around that identity now and start to go, because if he goes 10-7, or he goes, say this, they end up doing something like 9-8. If I were Howie Roseman, there's nobody in the draft that I'm going to take that's going to take Jalen Hurts' job away. Unless I get Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers, I might just build around this current identity that you have. Do you agree?
I agree. And the thing about it is with some of the things they're doing, they need an athletic quarterback who can run. He fits what they're doing. And, they are obviously, it really puts the defense in really a serious, a tough situation because they got options. They're running options on the last guy on the line of scrimmage. And if you got a guy like Devontae Smith who's going to be tough one-on-one, man, it's going to be tough covering him. You got a good tight end in Dallas Goedert. You got other weapons. I mean, this kid, Quez Watkins, he's capable. You see, he can get deep on anybody. And they got young guys. They're going to do nothing but get better. And with that line, man.
Hey, Gary, one thing on the wide receivers. Gary, one thing on the wide receivers. That kid Rieger, that kid's name should be Casper the Ghost. Okay? Please continue, because I don't see him sometimes, dude.
If I was over there running things, I'd give the kid a one-way ticket. You know what I mean?
To the CFL.
The kid's out there trying, but no way that kid should have been anywhere near any first round. I mean, who are you kidding? I mean, he's a backup. And you can see where Quez Watkins is a kid, you drop that pass, but you see he's made a bunch of tough catches this year. And who can really get deep? I mean, you can say what you want. The kid can get deep.
Yeah, because
he took off and just exploded there to get open on that play that should have been a touchdown. But he's definitely got talent. And, you see what you got with Devontae Smith. So that's two good young receivers you have. And you got some, players, other places that are starting to come on. So I think they just want to keep on adding to what they have. And the thing about Jalen is the kid is going to fight. The kid's going to come out and compete. And because of that, your team is going to be competing. And, he made the plays like the week before. He had a good game then, but he's playing better and better. I really got to be excited about, where this team is going right now. And if they would make the playoffs, I tell you, I wouldn't fall out. If you just told me that earlier in the year, I would have laughed at you.
Yeah, no. Hey, Gary, closing here. So we agreed then, Jalen and Nick, they're growing into their jobs right now.
Yep. They are definitely growing into their jobs. They are doing what you would hope you would saw in this season. And it's a good thing that they have, a whole season to really get a chance to look at them, because you're getting to see them, playing against different teams in the middle of the competition. And for them to see the way the Broncos took it to Dallas, and for them to go out in Denver and take it to the Broncos like that, I mean, who's that much better in this league? You beat up the Broncos, who just took it to Dallas. Who do you really have to be afraid of in the league? It really is not about the team that they're playing. What we found out is it's really about the Eagles. How are they playing the way they're capable? It's not so important about who they're playing. Are they showing up and playing the way they're capable of playing? And also the coaches are utilizing their talent in the best way that they can utilize it. And I think when you look at this team, they should be running the ball a good amount of time. Maybe not 40 times a game, but definitely, 30 times a game. They probably need to be handing that ball off. And that's what is the Eagles at their best right now.
Absolutely. Gary, thank you so much for this, brother. I appreciate it. Like you said, never have said.
Hey, you know
playoffs.
What? Hey, I got to go to the Super Bowl anyway. I'm joking.
It's in LA, man. You got to go back home.
I got to be there anyway. So, hey, I might as well be there with a lot of people I know.
Absolutely, man. Back in L.A. where he played his ball at
Yeah.
USC. Thank you, Gary.
All right, buddy.
You got it. That's my friend, Garry Cobb. I'm going to put a bow on that, what he just said. Okay. And by the way, get that sorry-ass Rieger. I'm going to call him No, I can't call him Traeger because my grill, I like it more than him. All right. We'll take a timeout, reset, and keep it here on the National Football Show.